Hi everyone, it's Deb again. So today is Tuesday and I thought I would give you another progress update. This is the work we got done on Sunday, just a couple days ago. And it's going kind of slow still because everything is not square and it's all just very curvy and strange. So the first thing we did was attach this second upright vertical board, and it's cut out the same way as this one. This one is actually leaning a little bit, and that's because of I think a mistake we made over here when we cut this part out. We should have maybe cut a little bit further, a little bit more out, because this seems to be tilting a little bit. But I'm hoping that when we get the shelf in here in the middle and also the board across the top, I'm hoping that that will help square it up a little bit. So we did get a 1x2 up here, and that's how we attached this to this. This one is a little bit wider. This was 23 inches, whereas this one was 21 inches. So again, nothing is symmetrical at all. Hardly. I mean, I'm trying to get it kind of symmetrical, but it's not really working. And we had to just do a lot of adjusting and everything. This board, ideally it would have been a box, but because of the sloping of it, we could only go up like 16 or 17 inches, and it was already touching the window. And right here, it was touching, so we had to cut out that corner right there. And right here, this corner is literally touching the window, and that was a big problem. So I took these little sticky tab things, they're little, just gummy whatever, and I put them on this side of the board. So right here where my finger is, there are some of these little tabs, and I just put a couple more up there because now we've got another board that's going to be going up. And so instead of being able to just go straight up and over, we had to make this contraption here, like this L-shaped thing, and that is going to sit right up there and attach with the angle brackets right here. It will attach to that board, and so basically it will go out and then up, and then we'll be able to make the ceiling. But this is the only way we could figure out how to save all that space, because if we would have went just straight up to the ceiling with it and came straight across, I would have lost a good 6 inches of space. And the whole reason for me to go through all this trouble with the cutouts and everything was to gain as much space as we could. And the only way we're going to be able to do that is this way, by just making this weird angled thing. And again, this is probably going to be the weirdest, jankiest build ever, but I just need it to be functional at this point. And over here, that pillar right there, it comes out further this way and it's wider this way. And so right up there, you can see we had to make a cutout, whereas over here on the other side, we did not have to do any such cutout like that. And right here, that was just a little tiny cutout. But over here, because of my 12-volt outlet area, it was just not even close to being the same as the other side. And so he had to cut out quite a bit more, and then that brought it up here, and it was actually covering this, so I had to have him cut this out so that I can plug my power station into here. So that's why that's cut out like that. And then let's see, we were able to figure out a way to anchor this thing, because as it's built out, it's not going to be able to move side to side, and it can't move backwards any because it's being stopped right here by the trim. And so the only thing I had to worry about was it moving forward, because this whole thing could very easily just slide forward if I ever had to slam on the brakes. And this is going to be a huge weight, and I did not want to even take the chance that this thing could budge at all. And so one of my subscribers recommended another YouTube channel, this guy named Eric, and he's in Europe, and he was building out a minivan, and he wanted to anchor his cabinetry without drilling any holes or doing any kind of permanent changes to his vehicle. And so what he did was he utilized the cup holders in his plastic panels. And I have cup holders, but I also have, remember in the other videos, I also had those compartments. This one was like 18 inches long. It's a rectangular shaped, and then there was another rectangular shaped compartment up there, and then the cup holder is actually way up front. And so on this side, we took 2x2s and set them down into those recessed areas, and then we took those screws and just screwed right down into the 2x2s. So there's an 18-inch 2x2 here. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Yeah, you can see it. So that's a 2x2. And then right down in that cubby, that's a little 7.5-inch piece of 2x2. And so they're just sitting down into those little cubbies, and we screwed straight down into them, and now they can't move. And over here, you're not going to be able to see, but the compartments on this side, if you remember right, they were actually about that deep. And so on this side, there was 2 of them. We put 2x4s in these little cubby holes, and again we just screwed right down into the 2x4s, and now it has nowhere to go. It cannot move forward at all. And I had my ex push on this. I mean, I'm only 100 pounds, and I was sitting here pushing on it, and I couldn't move it. But I was worried that it was still, you know, not good enough. So I had him do this, and even him could not move it. It did shift, but I'll tell you what, it's only like a 1/16 of an inch. You can see right there, it did kind of move forward, but literally a 1/16 or 1/8 of an inch, and that's it. It is not moving. So even if I slam on the brakes, this bad boy is not going anywhere. So I was real happy about that, because I was really worried, because I do have anchor points. I have this, and then when they took out the seats, I have those. But over here, those are all buried right now. And in this space, my clam's gonna live here. So there was really no practical way to use these anchor points to anchor down this whole cabinet. And so I'm very grateful for that information about using the cup holders. I didn't have to use the cup holders because there was just so much extra cubbies that I just didn't have to use it. There's that cup holder, and then sorry guys, and then there's that cup holder, but we didn't need to use them because these plastic panel pieces there, you can kind of see that. You see that 2x4 there sticking up? So we didn't even need those round ones, and that would have been a pain in the butt anyways to try to make round or blocks. I tried to stick some wood down in there just as an extra, but it didn't work and I didn't need it. So there's that. And then my drawer slides came in. These are heavy duty drawer slides, and it's the full extension, so there's 3 pieces to it, and so they extend all the way out. Sorry about the bad lighting. Unfortunately, it didn't come with instructions, and it did not come with hardware, but my ex has he's put in plenty of drawer slides, and although it sounds like a huge pain in the butt that he's gonna have to do, I think it'll be okay. I don't know how easy it's going to be. It sounds like it's going to be extra hard, but hopefully not. And then the only other thing was right here. We didn't have to do it on the other side, but over on this side, everything's completely different. When we brought this out, it left a gap right there, and it was exactly big enough for a 1x2. So we shoved that 1x2 in there and screwed that in, because if we wouldn't have done that, it would have been floppy right here at the end. And also, we had to do that down here too, because there was this nice big gap. And I saw it, he actually put his weight on it at one point, because he was doing some screws down there or something, and he put his weight on it, and I saw it bow. I was like, oh no, we can't have that. And so he just attached a 1x2 up in there to fill in the gap. This is hitting my little knob here, but this is the only thing this is for, is to take out the plastic trim, and we don't need that, so we're good to go. It's really solid. I don't like the way this looks. Again, if we had been thinking about it, we would have brought it out a little bit more and then just made a cutout right there and right there, because that looks kind of bad. But hopefully, you know, I'm the only one that's going to notice. Alright, so I guess that's it. Hopefully he'll be able to help me again next weekend, because we're already into August, and I was supposed to leave at the end of August. I'm not quite sure how that's going to happen. It might have to be in September that I leave, but we're getting there, slowly but surely. Alright guys, hope you're doing well. Talk to you later.